Well, certainly one of our favorites here at the Pac-12 Network. Some of the great moments that you saw in an Arizona State uniform. He has switched teams really fast. Manny Wilkins, he's already rocking the Green Bay gear. You tell me, Manny, what's it like for you to put on some of the NFL swag now?
It's definitely surreal. I think you work so hard and you dream so long of having a moment like this, and I'm just really looking forward to the opportunity.
What's that moment when you get to Lambeau? I saw something on social media that you had posted. I think it was on your Instagram page, where it's this cool, iconic NFL stadium, and you know that you're going to be on the sidelines on a Sunday there. Yeah,
it's very special to be a part of an organization that has so much tradition. Everything revolves around Green Bay Packers in that area, and I feel like it's one of those spots where it's a Friday Night Lights type of deal, where on Sundays, everything's closed down, everybody's tailgating, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that moment come to fruition.
Manny, what's it like to have a conversation with your mom and tell her that you're going to be signing with the Green Bay Packers?
Yeah, so I kind of prepared her for she doesn't really understand the whole being drafted, not being drafted, priority free agent, the whole thing. So when she didn't see my name called, she started getting a little worked up, and she started giving me anxiety because she started walking around the house and all these other things. But when I got the call from the Packers and ended up working everything out with my agent, I was outside kind of just having a moment for myself for about 10 minutes, and she came out, and I saw the look on her face of like, what's next, what's going to happen? And I just was like, that's it, Mom. I'm going to Green Bay. And she was like, what? You're what? And I was like, yeah, that's it. And she just broke down crying. Just everything that we've been through in our life, the struggles that we went through, from, being evicted out of apartments to having to move from state to state to, just dealing with so many things going on in our life. To have this moment for her, it's much bigger than just a moment for me. So I was happy that I'm able to make my mom proud and give her that moment.
In that moment, take me back to that. Are there chills? How surreal is it? Are you start thinking about kind of your childhood and some of the challenges that you went through? I would imagine it's got to be pretty hard to stay in the moment.
You know me well. I'm not a very big look at me guy. I don't get too excited about things. It's just naturally how I am. And I think once I make the 53-man roster, it'll probably hit me, because I do know at any given moment that they can clip me and, just send me on home. So I just got to do my best to put my head down, go to work, gain the respect of those around me. And no matter who I come in contact with, make sure that they know what I represent.
Manny, one of the best 1-2 punches we've seen in recent years in this conference were you and your old roommate in N'Keal Harry, who also gets drafted. He's going to be playing with the Patriots. I would imagine that you guys had so many pillow talk conversations about playing in the NFL. What's it like at this point with those conversations and what you guys are talking about?
Man, we just spoke it to life. I think that's the biggest thing. That's something that we, throughout the 3 years that we played together at ASU, we began to really understand each other. And the moments that we created at ASU, we spoke about those things before they happened. We spoke them to life. And this is another thing we spoke to life. And, I told him a couple of days after he got drafted that one of the greatest moments I feel for both of us that we'll have for our friendship and the brotherhood that we have together will be meeting up at the 50-yard line one of these times and exchanging jerseys and having that moment, giving each other a hug, and just really just soaking up that moment in terms of just being in the moment and not just being there. So I'm really proud of him. I'm pretty sure you guys saw the first thing that when he was getting asked questions when he was in Foxborough and going through everything, the first thing he brought up was how he's going to be giving back to his to where he's from with everything that he's been given. So I think he's a special kid, man, and I'm so happy for everything that's coming his way, and I know that he'll make the most of it.
Man, I'm thinking about your upbringing, and I know you have ties to the Bay Area. Off the top of my head, I guess if I do the math, and it's not really my strong suit, but the timing of it, were you in the Bay Area when Aaron Rodgers was at Cal?
ASU fans don't get mad at me, but I was a Cal fan growing up. You know, that was the biggest school that was closest to me. You know, watching A-Rod, watching Deshaun, Marshawn, Javid Best, you know, all these guys and then Jared being a really good friend of mine, going to Cal and playing there. I definitely watched A-Rod, when he was on Cal. Completely different quarterback than he is now. You know, I mean, there's so much that has changed about him in terms of his style of play and everything, but definitely was watching then.
Have you guys had conversations since you signed or no?
I haven't yet. We just had rookie camp, and I was only there for 3 or 4 days. And when I get back Sunday, we all come together with the vets, and we're full go now. So,
Manny, I've told you this over the last few years or so, and we saw it a little bit in that opening montage. You hurdling guys, it is as entertaining for me, for whatever reason, as anything in the game of football. Have you thought about what it's going to be like on a Sunday to do that in the NFL?
I just go out there and I just play ball, man. You know, I think that playmakers are going to make plays, and you know, if the opportunity comes around where, you know, something like that needs to happen, I mean, my instincts take over. You know, you're a creature of I'm a creature of habit. So what's in my mind is going to happen on that field.
I cannot wait to like retweet and like post on Instagram the gif of you hurdling over some dude in the NFL. It is going to be a ton of fun for me personally to see that. Manny, you've always been one of our favorites here at the Pac-12 Network. Continue success. Good luck. Stay healthy. You have been an ideal role model for the fans down at ASU. So your legacy is already cemented on that campus. Can't wait to see what the legacy is going to be on Sunday ball.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate you guys having me on.